How's it going, everybody? This your boy. Today you're gonna want to take a seat because, oh boy, oh boy, I got like one of the most amazing things in the world to show you. I mean, look at this chest. How can you not love it? It was on this fateful day, about a week ago, that the creators of the absolutely chef's kiss of a mod, Wilder Wild, reached out to me on DMs and gave me early access to an upcoming version of their mod. Today we've got the inside scoop. We're gonna take a look at what they've done to the old swamp, what they've done to a brand new type of swamp biome, the amazing ancient city stone chest, a couple new items inside of the city, and even more. This mod, it is huge, and it's still a work in progress too. If you'd like to see more of the mod, all you need to do is simply annihilate the like button. You go ahead and do that, and maybe in the future, like a week or so, I'll make a part 2. Let's start with the classic swamp today. So don't get me wrong, I love what the devs did with the mangrove swamp biome. But a big part of me did really think that when the devs said swamp update, you know, the swamp that's already in the game, the plain old thing. Yeah, I kind of thought for some reason that the old swamp would get updated. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it was kind of logical, but yeah, no, maybe it's just me. But actually, it's not. It said least the creators of this mod pack as well. So check out the classic plain old swamp over here. I mean, I will admit that it's a little bit small here, but like you get the picture. Check this thing out. We've got brand new trees, we've got brand new plants, we've got, oh, the most beautiful 2 pixels in the world in this biome. I mean, the swamp, the swamp is actually updated. Kind of a crazy concept, right? So, walking around, these trees definitely feel a little bit familiar. That's because they definitely are. If we go ahead and just find ourselves a bunch of tools and then start mining out these trees, we're gonna find out really quickly that it's mangrove wood, the brand new Minecraft 1.19 wood. Basically, what they've done here is taken that classic swamp tree shape and just swapped out the wood. I mean, think about it. Now that we actually have a type of tree for the swamp, why does it need to be oak wood? Trick question. It really doesn't need to be oak wood anymore. Now, walking around inside of this biome, the ambiance, it's on point, and that's entirely because of the firefly. Fireflies have been added to the game as well. They'll spawn inside of the swamp biomes, and even better, you can pick them up with a glass bottle. If we take this glass bottle over to a crafting table, oh, just you watch this, just you watch it, it's, okay, maybe not like that. Okay, so we have our firefly in a bottle. We go ahead and let this thing out, then we should be able to dye this firefly, somehow. And even better, when you dye this firefly in a bottle, the color of this thing, it actually changes. Look at these fireflies. They're colorful, floating around in the air. We've got cyan, orange, brown, and purple somewhere in there too. Yeah, it's beautiful. Think about it, on a completely different timeline where that one person didn't tell the developers that fireflies are poisonous to frogs, this could have been almost our reality. I mean, of course, minus these beautiful plants, the strange algae in the water, and the trees and everything. Yeah, we were so close. Algae in the water, and actually lily pads in the water too. First things first, smallest thing in the world, the lily pad in the water. Look at it, it has like a small tail in the water. It's such a small change, but like, also some of the lily pads are gonna have flowers now. It's beautiful. Tails plus flowers, I mean, can't lie, tail part makes me a little bit nervous. It's getting a little close to a furry for my liking. All over the water here, near the new biome and the old swamp biome, are these strange green patches. These green patches almost look like glow lichen, or maybe like leaves or something, except they sit on the top of the water. What is it? Well, this is actually algae. Okay, so let's see if I can pull this off and show it off. If I move far enough away, you know, cut out the cave spawning, we're gonna start to see mobs spawn on top of this thing. But the mobs that spawn on top of the algae, always slime. So algae is basically this brand new type of plant that grows in the water that for some reason attracts slime. If you place algae down, like let's say like over here somewhere, and then you give it time, you move away from this stuff, eventually slime might be able to spawn on that thing. Of course, if there's room for the slime, then the hostile mob cap. Like, it's so smart. It's so cool. This would completely revolutionize slime farming. No more need to hunt for a slime chunk, but you could if you wanted. Another small thing I would like to bring a little bit of attention to that you'll be able to find inside of the swamp now is this beautiful plant right here. Let me tell you, when I saw this plant the first time, I almost cried longly and deeply, emotionally. Yeah. So look, I know the developers will clearly make their own decisions, their own calls, and Jappa, like, the texture work that Jappa has done nowadays is, like, amazing. All of the blocks look so good. However, there was this one, oh yeah, by the way, the algae, you kind of, like, sink through it slowly. It's really cool. But anyways, there was this one moment in time when Japper was asking for feedback on the mangrove swamp and maybe like how to fill it up a little bit more. My big idea, and a lot of other people's big idea, was this beautiful, wonderful plant right here. I mean, the cattail, the perfect opportunity for this thing. It's so good looking. Another small thing I'd like to point out, you probably noticed, but with these swamp trees, you know, naturally being the swamp tree now, that means you're going to be able to find propagules growing on these trees as well. This is great, and the roots too. It's such a nice change. But also, like, basically everything in this pack is such a nice change. That unfortunately means we're not going to exactly have time to check out the revamped taiga, the revamped savanna, or anything like that. This swamp biome over there, remember this place, because we'll be back. That place is called the Cypress Swamp, but before that,
I'd like to get deep. How are you feeling? Are you okay? Have you touched grass lately? Have you gone outside? Hey, remember to stay hydrated.
I'm kidding, that's not what I meant. Not exactly. The ancient city, the deepest structure in all of Minecraft. So, first things first, I'm not going to give myself night vision quite yet. Just take this thing in all of its natural darkness and, actually listen for a second. Not my alarm, sorry. The ambiance here, this has been completely reset with a brand new looping cave sound. It makes it sound like windy and echoey, and almost like something's blowing through here or something. Maybe souls? I don't know. It's creepy. Now, aside from that brand new ambiance, we've got an ancient city that is pretty familiar looking. Of course, all around we're going to find some new things, but for the most part, the structure is basically unchanged. Warden mechanics, how about those? Well, those are going to be basically exactly the same. Skulk sensors detect your vibrations, the shriekers shriek. If you're not careful, 3 strikes, you're out. You know how it goes. So we checked out this really cool pack, like maybe about a week ago, that added like skulk armor and cool things like that. This pack does not add any new type of armor or anything like that. But there are some pretty major changes made to the ancient city that are amazing and fit in so well. So on the ground, let's do a little bit of footwork in the ancient city. Just walk around and see what we can find. Over here, we've got a structure, which means we can expect loot inside of this thing. We jump up here and immediately we look around and oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is the reason this video exists. If you're into this mod and you like to follow the development of it, I highly recommend dropping a follow on the developers of this mod's Twitter. They tweeted this video, I saw it, I immediately dropped to my knees in the middle of dark, a very embarrassing moment, and started crying. I just couldn't control myself. It is indeed what it looks like. It's that stone chest concept from the development phase of the Wild update, but it's not just your average chest. So check this out, if I try and open it, it only opens a little bit, and every time it opens, it's gonna cause vibrations. So we have to open it and then open it and open it and just basically keep doing that, letting off the sensors a lot, and then eventually we get inside of it, but we actually don't. So there's like a timer on this chest. It's so big and heavy. We need to look in the chest, take things out quickly, or the chest will just slam shut on us. This is so cool. So we open it, we start looting things, and then sure enough, like every time, we're just caged right out. And then the snitch block right over here, the sensor, it just kept detecting what I was doing. Good thing there's not a shrieker nearby because that would have been really, really dangerous. But wait, I figured out a way around it, right? Check this out. So clearly there are still items inside of this chest. I wasn't able to grab them all. If I go ahead and just maybe mine the chest, like with my pickaxe, first off, it's gonna be really slow. But maybe when I break it, I get all of the drops, right? Well, wrong. The ancient city chest drops instead. If I go ahead and go over here and place this stone chest down and then open it up, maybe things are inside of it still. It's gone. The loot has been lost to the ages. It's completely erased, obliterated because I decided to try and rush things. No, 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 no. Instead, what you're going to want to do is run around and take out the sensors, the shriekers, and then maybe consider checking out the loot. Because again, remember, this thing, it's noisy. Yeah, the strange noises. Just strange noises. The strange noises is all I feel and know right now. I'm overloaded. I love this concept so much, and ever since the devs revealed that it was actually a thing in one of those secrets of Minecraft episodes, I've always needed it. Of course, the developers have their reasons for, changing plans, and it's fine. The nowadays ancient city is pretty cool, but like, this concept was so good. So what you're going to find inside of this ancient city is every single chest has been replaced with one of these stone chests. The chests seem to be still located in the same spot. I've generated the structure a couple times and checked things out. I haven't really been able to find any unusual chests. So if you got the strategy of the city down, just use that. But watch out for these chests. How about the loot table of this ancient city chest thing? Is that changed? Well, yes, a little bit, but all of the same old things, they're still gonna be here. I really love these stone chests. I could talk about this all day long. Also, they could be like double chests too. It's so cool, but we should move on. There's more to talk about. This stuff right here is the skulk osseous. Is osseous skulk? Osseous? Osseous Skulk. Osseous Skulk is a brand new type of block. Now, kind of like the bone block, it's rotational. You can place it up and down, you can place it side to side. This block will actually grow inside of the deep dark biome and the ancient city. Now, the stuff is going to grow from these things right here. This is a skulk tendril. These hanging tendrils are sort of like miniature skulk sensors that generate on the bottom of a block. They can detect a vibration up to 4 blocks away, so way smaller than the skulk sensor range, and they can grow. Give them enough time, and there's a chance they'll grow into Osseous Skulk. Never mind the fact that the coloration is completely different, but skulk is meant to be bone. This new type of bone, it's perfect. I mean, look, it literally matches like perfectly with this stuff over here. Normal bone, I'm so sorry. Get out of here, you're garbage. Warden doesn't like you very much. That's not good. Aside from being this whole growable block, almost like a plant thing, that's basically all there is to it. It's a brand new type of skulk building block. Absolutely love how it looks like there's like a window of skulk inside of this thing. It's pretty creepy. Well, what do we have here? Could that be? No, there's no way. It couldn't be. Could that maybe be the ancient horn? It is. Based off of your knowledge on the goat horn, you could probably guess what this thing is going to do, like basically. So the ancient horn is a brand new loot item that you'll be able to find generating inside of the chests inside of the ancient city. From my testing experience, it seems like this thing is pretty uncommon. Now, this thing is actually kind of dangerous. Do you remember when people thought the goat horn would maybe stun the warden? Well, it kind of does that. Except also, like, not at all at the same time. So, if I use this horn, listen. The noise happens, and the warden knows exactly where I am immediately. It was kind of quick. I don't know if you caught it, but the skulk sensor, this thing will actually also hear the horn as well. And this whole purple effect thing. Creeper, poor creeper, I'm really sorry for what I'm about to do, but the ancient horn, if I go ahead and just use this ancient horn at the creeper, it literally sends a giant vibration at things. You can use this vibration to take things out, like, pretty much instantly. Now, the things that it's gonna take out, like, instantly, they're gonna be like the basic mobs. The sounds, I love them. If I were to find something with a little bit more health, like, you know, the warden, and try and use this thing on the warden, yeah, it's not really gonna do anything to the warden. But again, like these plain old mobs over here, just use the vibration and throw it at the mobs and you can take them out. Also, there doesn't seem to be a cooldown, so maybe a little bit overpowered. If you just go ahead and spam it a little bit, you get this beautiful masterpiece right here. You're welcome for that. Clearly, the ancient horn is some kind of ancient lost technology with the power to harness vibrations and actually utilize them. That's pretty crazy. What do you think about this thing? Let me know your thoughts on it down below, and let's move on. Final stop of the day, the Cypress Wetlands biome, a brand new biome that you'll be able to find generating in your world. Talk about a swamp update, this is it. Look at what they've done with these trees. They're tall, they're swampy, there's mushrooms growing on some of the trees, there's vines everywhere, and the ground, it's like alive and lush. Surprisingly alive and lush. On top of the water in this biome, you're gonna find these algae patches generating. This could cause you a problem in survival. If you're not geared up properly, you might want to think twice about heading into this place, or at least like get a sword first, because the big slime, those things are kind of dangerous if you don't have armor. And once you get into the biome, you can clear out the algae to stop the slime from spawning ever again. But you're kind of a monster for that. This stuff is so cool. Taking a look at the plant life inside of this biome, aside from the trees, we've got ferns and a little bit more ferns. So ferns are going to generate all over the place in this biome, and so will those beautiful cattails. You'll find these things generating in one deep water and also on the ground kind of next to the water. If you were maybe looking for flowers, well, good news, you're also going to find flower patches generating inside of this biome as well. The theme here is life, lots and lots of thriving plant life. But you know how it goes. Humanity finds this place, and very quickly we will exploit it for profit. So let's just go ahead and do that. We find a tree, we go ahead and start chopping down the tree, and the recipe kind of spoiled it for you, but brand new type of wood, cypress log. We strip this log, look at that coloration. It's kind of like an oak log, but like kind of different at the same time. It's like maybe a cross between like oak and spruce, now that I think about it. If we go inside of the crafting table and go ahead and craft this stuff down, the color right here, it's like dried out. This would be perfect for any kind of like desert themed build. But wait, there's more. I'm always curious about the doors, the trap doors, the actual doors. What do we have? Well, we have this door right there. It's like a haunted house vibe, right? And then we've got this really cool trap door right there. I don't know what this reminds me of, like maybe almost like the Warden chest, but honestly, that might be a little bit delusional. It's a pretty cool trapdoor, though. So check this out. From looking at the creative inventory here, you can see that we indeed have a full, brand new family of wood alongside the addition of this tree. We've got cypress boats, we've got doors, we've got saplings, we've got it all. Let's talk about the sapling because I love it. Look at it. It's like a miniature spruce sapling almost or something. I don't know. It just looks so good. I like it. Continuing to run through this place in the daytime, if we harvest these leaves, the leaves are pretty nice looking too, and it just feels good. It feels like I'm in some kind of mystical forest or something with how tall the trees are and how like thin some of them are. I really like the variation and the shaping of the trees that's going on in here. Now, in the daytime, running through here, it feels pretty peaceful. It feels nice. What if it was nighttime? Well, at nighttime in this biome, of course mobs are going to spawn like normal, but eventually, the bright mobs will shine and spawn in here again as normal too. The Firefly. We've gone full circle today. The Firefly. Here it is again. At nighttime, they spawn in the Cypress Wetlands. And would you look at that? Maybe even more beautifully, we've truly come full circle. The Firefly lantern, it goes on the ground, and then the Fireflies, they go inside of it. Just like that. It's beautiful, really, truly. The best thing in the world. And so, friends, for today, that'll do it. That's the start of our dive into the Wilder Wild mod. What do you think? If you would like to see more of this mod showcase, then you already know what to do. Lastly, today, I'd like to send a big thank you to the developers of this mod for giving me early access to it. This video wouldn't be possible without them. If you like what you saw today, there's a mod link down in the description. Definitely check it out. It's been me, your boy Waddle. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.